We're going to go on to our next guest, and we're talking today about all that is available for our young people. And we have some young people who are doing some great things. They represent Philadelphia Youth Basketball. PYB opened up their 6th Man Center, a 100,000 square foot youth hub in Nicetown. We have 2 representatives here to tell us all about the center and the programs they have going on. We have Zuri joining us and DaTwan. Hey, Zuri and DaTwan, welcome to the show.
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining. First, give us a little bit more background for those that are not familiar with PYB, Philadelphia Youth Basketball. Tell us about the program.
Yeah, I can start with that. So ironically, our 10 year, our happy birthday was last week. So we've been in business for 10 years now. We're more than basketball. Obviously, we do use the game of basketball to provide life-changing experiences and opportunities to our young ones. But we use that phrase of more than basketball because you can be a non-basketball player, come to our facility, be a part of our programs with no basketball experience. We have music production programs. We have entrepreneurship programs, something we call Magic Academy, which we'll get into a little later. But our goal of our organization is to, provide different programs to young ones in the city of Philadelphia, pair them with great coach mentors to provide some life-changing experiences in their lives.
I love it. Yeah. Now let's break down these programs and what they involve and what folks can expect if they sign up for them.
Yeah. So all of our programs happening right here in the 6 Man Center. Really excited now that we opened last June. So even our building is coming up on, its anniversary. But in having this 100,000 square foot center, we've been able to expand our programs. So at this time, you can catch basketball, skill building programs where those that do love the game of basketball can join anything from our summer camp series that'll be happening. Lulu, we've been running that for several years now. We have an early years summer camp that we're going to be running for K to 5th this year. That's new to our program suite. We have our nightly basketball program that happens year round, where youth can either be in skill building or competitive team play. And this summer, we have some really exciting summer league options that folks can take advantage of to get their competition on. And then we also have our teen program, right, where youth that may or may not be at any skill level in the basketball realm get to come into the center, take advantage of all of the beautiful spaces. We have a full outfitted fitness center. We have a yoga studio where some of our amazing instructors walk young people not only through the physical elements of yoga, but through the mental health of yoga. We have a mental health oasis where we have behavioral specialists on deck that are always available to support our young people throughout all of our program timing. And every program comes with healthy meals, right? We have an internal partner, Triple B, who provides meals to all of our program. That'll be breakfast and lunch during our camp time. And then we'll also, every night, we eat dinner together. So it's a part of the program, and whatever program you buy into, we make sure that all of our youth and all of our groups eat together.
I love that. And we know that food insecurity is a big issue, especially in Philly. And how can you expect anybody to pay attention and be their best if they don't have a full belly, if they don't have adequate nutrition? So that is amazing that you have that part of the program. So let's break down the specifics. For a parent who's listening or a caregiver who's listening, how much does it cost and how do you sign a child up?
Yeah, so I'll say one of the easiest ways to start thinking about signing a child up because of all of the programs that we offer is to log onto our website, phillyyouthbasketball.org, right? You can type in your child's age, or you can look at all of the filters for their interests, whether you're looking for basketball-related program or non-basketball-related programs, and see all of the options. Every option is going to come with its own price point, but we want to be really clear. We offer a lot of scholarships. We want to make sure that the whole community has access to this building, to all of our programs. So we have all of our scholarship specialists who are able to meet one-on-one with families to talk through any financial situations to make sure that nobody is left out of the conversation. But once you log on, you can look at the website. You can also swing by the center anytime. We open as early as 8 o'clock in the morning and we close as late as 10 p.m. at night.
Wow.
And we have our front desk specialists who can walk anybody through registering. You could get a tour of the center to get to see all of the beautiful spaces. So we want folks to interact however they want to. But again, you can log on the website and explore. You can come in and meet us where someone's always in the building to meet you. And again, we want to be really clear. Scholarships are offered. So please never let a price tag on a flyer deter you. If you give us a call and check in, we'll be able to walk you through the options for all of the income levels. We know Philadelphia is deserving of a big basketball space like this. We've had very large spaces for other sports, right? But we've been a basketball city, and we knew, our co-founders knew that this building, Philly deserved a building like this, and the basketball players in the city deserved a state-of-the-art facility, and the youth around the city deserve state-of-the-art community centers. They deserve spaces where they can feel safe, that they can have clean environments, that they can have the highest technology and get access to the best programming so that they can get the same chances to explore all of their wonders and hobbies and career interests, and whether that's on the court or off the court. We can do that in this building now. I
love this. And where is it located again? Give us the address.
Yep. So we're at 4250 Wissahickon Ave. So right in the Nicetown area. Yep.
I'm loving it. So I want to spend some time talking about the both of you. The question that is on the table for today in general for the show is, do you care more or less about people these days? And we see there's a whole lot of I don't care going on. Personally, do you care more or less, and what inspires your answer to that question?
Yeah, we heard you mention that conversation when we were off air. So in my head, I'm like, please don't ask me that question. No, I'm joking.
I mean, listen, it's about honest conversation up in here. So,
Yeah, no, honestly, personally, I care more about people. Like, this is why, I chose, to enter this field. Ever since I realized I wasn't going to the NBA, probably like my sophomore year of high school, I knew I wanted to help out people. So, all my experiences and background were to get me here, to provide programs, opportunities for our youth, but also to our families as well. So, as Philadelphia youth basketball, as we continue to go on, we'll be providing, programs to the families as well. So when you think about our yoga studio, offering that opportunity for our families, financial literacy programs, offering that to our families as well. So for me personally, care more about people, want to see people do better. If you ever stop by the center, you can see I'm the guy, I'm full of energy. I want to make sure everyone's comfortable, everyone's having a great time. So if I see that young one in the corner, kind of shining away from everyone, I'm that guy that tries to make that young one feel comfortable, be a part of what we're building here. So for me, more.
Okay, awesome. How about you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely more. I think in times like this, we have to come together, and this has been at the root of my Philly experience. I'm born and raised in Philly. All over the city, there were mentors and folks that identified something in me that just poured into me to help me become the person that I am. And I think that, one of my early mentors told us, always throw the rope back over the fence, right? So if you're able to get over an obstacle, you're able to get through a challenge, you're able to get to the places that you want to be in life, make sure that you toss those opportunities back over. So, like I said, like Twan said, when you walk into this building, someone's going to greet you, whether you are, somebody's grandma. We're going, hey, grandma, welcome in. Did you eat today? Let's make sure everybody ate today. Or the smallest of the little kindergartner that comes running through the door, super excited to get in there for their homework help, right? We got to care more about people. And the more we come together, the more we combine resources, the more, they're all of our children. We are all community. So it's definitely more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that. And, the reason why we're asking that today, because we know there are challenges. Everybody is dealing with something. Everybody has a whole lot of stress. Everyone doesn't know how to manage that stress. So dealing with people who don't know how to manage their stress can be stressful to you. Since you are providing a great service to the community, what do you do to take care of yourself at the end of the day?
So personally, I'll say I'm really into music. So always finding a song that's helping to speak to the energy that I need for the day and to pour into me. And I'll also say that one thing I love about working here at PYB is that, we want to care about every level of individual. So we're sitting here talking about what we provide to the folks that come in the building. But I'll say that our leadership also provided a mental health month for us all, right? And there were self-care stations and affirmation stations around for us to engage with. And there were opportunities for us to take lunchtime yoga breaks and just, get our own energy right. Or you can't pour from an empty cup. Yep. So we want to make sure that our coach mentors also had different opportunities to engage and, always some special food popping up around the building.
Yes, come on, special food. Let's go. Let's go.
You gotta refill your own cup so you can pour into others. So that's some of the ways I take care of myself and the way the staff take care of each other.
And how about you, DaTwan?
I would say music being my number one. Throwing the AirPods on, tuning into some of my favorite artists, like help me get through, some rough situations. Big on podcasts, reading. Cool thing about working at the 6-man center, I got 6 basketball courts that I can take a shot on.
Yes.
And then we also have a fitness center as well. So, being able to get a quick workout in has been great. And last week I experienced yoga 2 weeks ago, I experienced yoga for the first time. So, that was very, helpful for me, something I want to definitely look into. But those are my 5 different ways, that I get through some rough times.
I love that. And keep on with the yoga. That's a good thing. Stretch it out.
It was different, but it's something I think I got to give it a try again.
Okay, I love that. Thank you both for sharing what you do to take care of yourselves, because when you are doing something that serves the public, you have to have that balance so that your stress doesn't end up making a situation worse or unnecessarily stressing someone out because you yourself have not balanced out your emotions. So thank you for sharing those tips. In working with the young people, what would you say are the things that the young folks in Philadelphia specifically need the most right now, and how much of that can they get from your center?
Yeah, so at the root of it, like we said, it's the relationships, it's building community, it's having a safe space. And
I think you all are frozen. I think we're having a technical difficulty right there. Hold on, let's go. Okay, you're back. Looks like we had a little technical glitch. Can you just repeat what you said? I appreciate that.
No worries. And I said at the heart of it is really our relationships. So I think that being able to engage with coach mentors, being able to engage with the staff and having a safe space where they can come in here, be themselves and get some of their basic needs met, as well as doing the things that they love to do is super important. I'll also say just being a center, we can't get to everybody. We do provide programming to about 22 plus middle schools in the city as after school programming as well. So we try our best to get our spokes out into the community, but we also know that a lot of folks want to be at the center. So transportation is a big piece, right? Making sure you are able to get here safely. Sometimes parents and guardians can't always provide that. So one of the things that we try to offer is we have some, emergency funds for things like lifts and specialized programs that provide van transportation service. And so you got to be able to get where you want to get you got to be able to get to the place where you want to refill your cup. Right. So transportation is also a big piece. Twan, you wanted to add anything?
Yeah, I was just touch on to some of our community agreements, and the community agreements is really what shapes our, organization. I hate using the word rules, but, our youth CMS or PYB rules, but, care will kind of be that thing as Zuri mentioned, the coach mentors, they play, a huge role of who we are as an organization. They're what keeps our youth coming into our facility. Of course, the 6-7 basketball courts are amazing. The staff members, who run the program are amazing. But those coach mentors, those are the ones that are with our youth throughout programming, for 2 to 3 hours, depending on the program. Summertime, 8 hours. So, they have a big responsibility, but at the end of the day, they keep them coming back. So, that care that, our coach mentors provide our young ones.
I love it.
if I can add one more piece,
Sure.
I think, something that we do and that we're continuing to expand is opportunity. I think that growing up in Philly myself, even if you saw folks that were successful, you didn't always know how to get there. You didn't always have direct access to speak with them and talk about the process, or just the opportunity to try things with a safety net, right? Like I may not know what I want to do, but to be able to go to a robotics coding class with CCP here and play with Legos and figure out how to make it move with the computer. You may have never thought that you like coding or that you would be interested in something like that. But all of our programs, we mix the game of basketball with social emotional learning and leadership development and career exploration. So if you're in one of our basketball programs, you may have practice for, anywhere from an hour plus of that time you're with us, but you're always going to get at least 45 minutes of some exposure opportunity. And again, that might include fitness center to do strength training. That might be yoga. That might be a mental health session. With our amazing partner, CCTC, and our behavior specialist, Quincy, who meets with the young folks for some informal, just mental health engagement. And again, you could be with CCP, or you could be in our social media content creation workshop this summer, where the high schoolers will be learning how to really maximize their social media presence and create things where that becomes jobs and career opportunities. As we know, social media and AI are taking off right now. So, that might be a snapshot in the night of your practice.
Okay.
Right? So you come here for basketball, you have your practice, you might have a game this weekend, you might be for our competitive teams, but every time you come into practice, there's going to be something that enhances you off the court. Wow. We know that the percentage of folks that go to the league or play professionally is not as high as the percentage of us that loved it and working with it and not actually playing. And so did we have the opportunity to explore our other interests growing up, right? Or did we think we were only athletes? You got to know that you're worth more than just how well you do on the court. And then again, if you don't, you might like basketball, you might hate the game, right? Go Birds. Maybe you're a football.
Yes, go Birds all day.
But if you come in the building, we can get you, we can get you to our entrepreneurship program. We do that about 2-3 times a year, where it ends in a Shark Tank style experience. And we've given 2 young folks $10,000 to start their own businesses, right? So we give all of top 3 winners of all of our Shark Tank cohorts at least $1,000, and then we have a $3,000 tier and then a $10,000 tier. And young folks have real LLCs, and they are working, running real businesses. And that is why we're bigger than basketball, because a lot of those young folks never touched the basketball with us, and now are in the community doing great things and becoming entrepreneurs as early as 16.
When I tell you I am in love with everything that you just said, because it is needed. And too often you'll hear people say, ain't nothing out here for these young folks, ain't nothing out here. There are some things out here. And clearly you all have laid out a plan and a program and a place where people can go and do more than just basketball. And I don't put just in front of basketball to diminish it in any way. But yes, there's more out there than just basketball. Zuri Stone and DaTwan Bolden, thank you both so much for sharing this information with us. Tell people again where they can go to find out more details and how they can sign a young person up this summer.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at Philadelphia Youth Basketball, or, search the web at philadelphiayouthbasketball.org. Summer camp, sign your young ones up. We'll be getting started June 23rd, and we're 8 weeks straight through.
Fantastic. Thank you both so much for joining us on the program today. I greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. No problem.